Yo.
Yo, what's up, my loyal people?
Welcome to the Loyalty Over Clout podcast. My name is Auri.
And I'm Big Daddy Von.
What it do, Big Daddy Von?
You know, just chilling.
Are you chilling?
Yeah, man, you know, we gotta, you know, I'm on record, so it's just kind of crazy. I'm seeing, you know, the camera's on me, you know, it's not just audio, so I'm just tripping right now.
Yes. So, with that being said, not only will you guys be able to listen to us anywhere you get your podcast for free, but you will be able to watch us on YouTube. And Von is drinking my drink.
Hold on. Wait.
What?
Say that one more time.
Not only will you be able to listen to us anywhere you get your podcast for free, you will also be able to watch us on YouTube.
I love doing that.
You
I don't
teach
know
somebody
why.
somebody learn how to work something, and now they just don't know what to do.
Hey, man, I just like doing it. I mean, I'm the producer. I work the sound. I'm the sound man. I'm the
You everything, huh?
part of the cast. We just got to do it all.
You're
Hey,
a busy man.
Look, we don't have people working for us.
No, we don't.
So-
We do. Shout out to Crux Media though.
Oh yeah, we got Crux Media. You know, they put our stuff on all media platforms for us. But you know, while it's just me and you,
And we be doing some work
hey,
now.
we just got.
We done figured out some things.
Hey, they understand. You gotta, you know, what the Bible say, despite not small beginnings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we starting from the bottom, but we gonna get right.
We sure are.
So what you want to talk about?
I don't know. We can talk about how the new year is going, I guess. Let's do that. Let's talk about how it's going because this is our first podcast for the new year. We're late, but hey, better late than never.
Right. So how's the year going? Okay. It's going pretty good. I mean, I feel like we've been more consistent. We just staying consistent is gonna be the thing that we need to work on. But so far it's been pretty good, man. We're alive.
Yep.
We're healthy. We're trying to do great things out here.
Yeah. I mean, it is going good. We've had, some bumps in the road already. But
literally.
Right. So it's been tough. Cause at this point I'm gonna have to buy my man a helicopter.
Hey, Randall said. Okay, so you know what? Let's just throw it out there. So before the new year came, in the month of November, I hit a deer on the way home from work. And we was down to one car for like 2 months. Long 2 months.
Very long 2 months.
Oh my God, very long. Last week, we got our car back. So we was back to 2 cars. And oh my God, it was amazing. Yesterday, I worked a 12-hour shift on nights. I'm on the phone talking to my wife like we usually do when I get off. And I hit a doggone coyote. Messed up my whole front of the bumper.
Yeah.
And I was so mad. Oh my God. And so now we're down to 1 car again. So that's how the year's going. But
very rough because when we were going through that 1 car thing, I mean, yeah, we were definitely like, it was aggravating. You thinking about Von working in Spartanburg. I started a new position and started a new job, and I'm based out of Spartanburg as well. So for where we live, that's like 30 minutes away.
right.
So sometimes it will be that he would have to take me to work. Okay, so drive 30 minutes there, then come back. So that's drive 30 minutes back. Then he'll be to work at like say 3:30. So then I'll get off at 3:30 or whatever. So then he'll come drive back to Spartanburg, and then I come back to Greer, and then after that he got to get picked up at 11:30. So then I have to pack the kids up, drive back to Spartanburg to pick him up, then come back where we stay. Like, so that means the car went to Spartanburg. What was that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in one day. But we made it work. I
guess we gonna make it work again.
Yeah, we gonna make it work again. These animals just, I don't know. I said, Lord, we might need to pray real hard, honey, because this is second time an animal. I'm like, dang, what is going on? Like, it's crazy.
Something good must.
It's gotta be, and it's gotta be real good, because hey, I want me an SUV now, babe. But I ain't want you to get hurt in the process again. I do want me an SUV though, but it's like, good Lord. And then you think about, we just paid a deductible. So not only are we paying a deductible, we got to pay the car payment. We still got to pay our car insurance. And now we got to give them an extra set amount of money. And then we just did that, right?
Right.
And now we got to go back and do the same thing again.
Lord.
So now we got to give them another deductible. We still got to pay our car payments and still got to pay our car insurance. And if you know how car insurance going, it's not cheap.
You ain't lying.
Shoot, it's just as much as a darn car payment for car insurance.
Right.
And so it's just like, Lord, and it's to the point that we were like, one of our things was like saving money. And, I'm not ashamed to say, but, before that, we were like, I wouldn't say living paycheck to paycheck, but we were, we were stretching it. We was making it work. We weren't totally uncomfortable, but we were making it work.
Right.
And so taking a deductible, deductible can range from $500 to $1,000. Taking that out, that's a big hit to your pocket.
Right.
And then, you got to turn around and do it again. It's like, okay, well, now look now.
Right.
Shoot. So it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, so what's going on? What's really going on here? What are we doing?
A blessing must be about to come.
And it's gonna be a big one or something, because I'm like, goodness, and it's when you start doing right, like when you try to live right, you try to do the things that you're supposed to be doing, that's when all the stuff come. And I know what I'm about to say sounds very ignorant, and it probably is ignorant. But whenever, we get in the mindset to start reading the word and start getting back into the Bible, I get hesitant and I'd be like, oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as you start doing that, as soon as you start trying to better yourself and dive deeper into the word and stuff like that, that's when this stuff comes. Mm-hmm. Like, when we wasn't doing it, we do a little here and there, the Bible verse of the day, a little something here, there, and everywhere. But when we trying to better ourselves and do this, like, it's like, dang,
right?
We trying here, like, give us a little break. Yep. So that's why I really be like, you say the Bible? Hold on a second, let me think about that. But we're being consistent and we're pushing through all of these daggers, and that's probably why we don't get to where we supposed to be. In the time that we want to get there, or the time that we're supposed to get there, it's because we start off good, doing what we're supposed to do, and then once this stuff start, we stop.
Right. And in the Bible it says something like, don't be surprised when things like this happen.
Yeah.
Because that should let you know that, you are working towards better and getting better because things are happening.
Right.
And so, we're just trying to get better. So 2024 has been kind of, starting off shaky.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to get right, especially after those goals that we written that. Well, shoot, tell them about how we did that vision board that you came up with.
So yeah, it was definitely not a vision board, but I get where you're going. It was just pretty much like a goals list, and I thought it would be great for all of us to do it as a family. Like, so me, Vaughn, and the kids, literally we sat down in the floor of the living room, and I got us some paper, pencil. I got the kids some stickers and some markers and stuff like that. And then we just literally wrote 2024 goals on a piece of paper. And then I decided that, that's some of the problem is we take these goals and we pile them all up, and then we never get anything accomplished. So that was like, it makes sense for us to break these down even further. So then I said we would do month by month. So January, He's here. So let's take some of these things and break them down even further. So like say one of ours was to save money. So you know that in January, and I told them they need to pick, it can go however they want to pick. They can pick the thing that takes the longest to accomplish or what's more important, or a mix of both, whichever way you feel comfortable. Just don't pile up your January with 1,000 of things. So we're taking a few of these things off this long list, and we're going to break them down even further. So if we pick one that says save a certain amount of money, then we know that for the month of January, that's what we want to focus on. In order for us to save X amount of dollars, we at least need to start. So we're going to start in January, and then we break it down to however we want to, pay the month, start the savings. One of them was paying off one of my credit cards I want paid off in the month of January. So what I did was, it's 4 weeks in January. I took the balance that was on my car, broke it down into 4 weeks, and I made the payment the first week. The second week, I'm gonna make the second payment. Then the third, so on and so forth. And then by the end of January, that credit card will be paid off. So pretty much making these goals achievable.
Right.
Because that's what we just pile everything on the list, and I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z done. Okay, but what about A, B, C, D?
Right.
Like let's start from the beginning and work our way down. So, and it's crazy because, thinking about when I was 7 and 9, we didn't do this. We might have said something here or there. Everybody started off, I'm gonna work out, or I'm gonna quit coffee, I'm gonna quit smoking. But we didn't hold ourselves accountable.
No.
I don't remember sitting down with anybody writing anything down at the age of 7 and 9.
No.
So to be able to do that with my family and be able to do that with the kids, and really praying and hoping that they adapt, or they take on this big thing and start doing it years to come, even there. And they were excited about doing it. Oh, I want to get my backhand spring, or oh, I want to be able to play the ukulele and all of that kind of stuff. So,
Right.
Okay, well, you want to play the ukulele. What in January are you going to do to better yourself with playing the ukulele?
Right.
I'm going to watch videos on how to play. Okay, boom. So that means I expect to see you watching videos to play the ukulele. And I told them we need to hold each other accountable.
Right.
So if I said if you said you want to learn how to play the ukulele, and all I see you on is a anime, then they ain't teach you how to play the ukulele on an anime.
Right.
You need to dedicate some time, some days, some whatever, however you're gonna break it up, to learning how to play the ukulele. So stuff like that, and holding each other accountable to make sure we achieve these goals, because this is a family thing. We're doing this together. We're holding each other accountable. We're there for each other. We're supporting each other.
Right.
So I'm really hoping that, we're teaching them and instilling in them the write it down.
It takes work.
Yeah, write it down, break it down, do the work, cross it off.
If you do the work, you'll get it done.
Yeah, and then just even the reward of seeing all of that stuff written down and crossed off your list. That's a reward. Like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something. And I see it. And then that lets you know that the good and all of the stuff that's happening on this list had no way of becoming, coming to pass without the good Lord Jesus, or whomever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in. There's no way that this stuff could have happened.
Right.
But you look back at it and be like, it was nobody but God, to get me, because some of these things don't seem achievable.
Right. I'm telling you.
But, write the vision.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah.
They say it's life and death in the power of the tongue. And sometimes, like, you'll just be playing around sometimes. Like, I remember when we first moved here, I was just like, man, I want to play at this church one day. I just want to play a service. And I've played 3. And I ain't even really thinking. I was like, man, I remember saying I wanted to play here one day. And then I've done played there, 2 or 3 times. And it's just crazy how you don't even realize that you have power in what you say. And, so it's just like you really have to be more intentional in what you say. So, once she brought that idea of us writing down our goals, and I really had a lot to write down, and it was crazy. I wasn't thinking about it. It was just like, boom, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And it was just like boom, boom, here and there. So once I got those down, it was like one of the main things I want to do is be more consistent. I want to gain like 15, 20 pounds because, we're starting to eat better. And so we lost a lot of weight from eating better. So now I want to gain that weight back. And, that means
Look
consistency.
good.
Right. Good weight. So now that's where that consistency in the gym comes. You know what I'm saying? I want to be more intentional of being active in what the family is doing, because I sit there and watch TV all day.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna break. Let me tell y'all about Vine, y'all. I am so proud of him, and I told him that the other day. Like, I am so proud of him. So Elena, y'all know homegirl be doing the most. She wants to do everything.
DIY.
Everything. And she didn't steal it, because she definitely get that from her mama. But she wanted to make pickles. So she been asking about making pickles. So we made some. And she wanted Vaughn to do it with us. And he was watching some game. Now, he ain't watched football, none this season for real. But this particular game, he just wanted.
Game.
Oh, okay then. That's important. I don't know what. Okay. So he wanted to watch that. But, normally he would have been like, yeah, I'm watching the game. Y'all go ahead. This man got up out the bed, turned the TV on in the den, and still came around there and made pickles. Like, that is growth, dude. Like, that is so dope. Like, I was like, you still got a chance to watch your game. Even though if he wasn't paying us no attention at all, his presence being there made her happy.
Right.
So he was able to tighten the jars, because we need the jars to be tight. He was able to shake it up, and we made different kinds, and she was just so happy. Mm-hmm. And you, giving up, what you still got to watch the game.
Right.
You still was looking sideways, and you were there, but not there at the same time. But, just the presence.
Yeah.
And what difference would it have made from watching the game? Only difference was you was laid up in the bed with your feet crossed, rubbing them together.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference. You still got to watch the game, but it still got to spend time with your child.
Right. Yeah. So, I'm just trying to be better, man. I mean, like this year, I'm really focusing on myself and my flaws. So I really been doing a lot of, I've been listening to a lot of Audible books.
Some soul searching.
Yeah, soul searching, man. And, just trying to figure myself out, I guess, if that makes sense. And, I'm figuring myself out. Like, I was at work listening to this Audible, and it was talking about fear and, like, why do people fear, or what do you fear, or why do I fear this thing? And, like, man, and he was just like, continue to ask yourself why. Don't let yourself drift off. Don't let yourself go over the question. Just ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What do I fear? And, like, man, that thing was just doing something to me. And then, like, man, it hit me. And I was telling Auri, like, I fear making decisions, and I fear making the bad decision. So me fearing making the bad or the wrong decision makes me not want to make decisions at all. And so fearing making decisions means I'm not confident in myself. I don't trust myself. And it's like, I could be totally right, still like, but what if? Like, this would kind of just hit the nail on the coffin. So, this what made me realize I really have an issue. So I had asked Ariel, do you think Landon should continue to go to wrestling? Mm-hmm. And Ariel was like, I mean, I don't know. And it was just like, man, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I make him do it? Or, man, should I not do it? And I just went on and on over something simple. And, like, even more other situations, it can be so simple. I turn around and make it a life and death type of decision when it's not even that serious. And so it's like, I realized that I just fear of making decisions and making the wrong decisions and overthinking things all the time. And, I'm just trying to work on myself to get better and more confident, because, Aria tells me all the time, like the book said, you need to look at yourself the way other people look at you. And Aria tell me all the time, like, dude, you super smart, you super intelligent. Like, bro, like, how do you not see that? Mm-hmm. And it's like, so it's saying I need to look at myself how your loved ones look at you. Because Aria tells me stuff like that all the time. And then it's like, she sees it, but I don't, and it's crazy. So that's really one of my main things I really want to work on this year. just being better, not being so fearful of things and just trusting myself because I'm, like my wife says, I'm a very intelligent guy and I really have to, embrace that.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes when we're starting to, break those things down and stuff like that, we got to figure out the root cause and where it's coming from. And people, often say, childhood trauma, oh, you can't still be harping on and all that crap they be talking. But sometimes it just takes people a little longer to work through that stuff. Now, some people do be using it as an excuse of why they are still in the same place that they are. But some people are actually out here trying to work through that stuff.
Right.
And sometimes we have to say it and we have to go through it in order to get through it. Like, I'm not saying that, this, that, and the third because I want sympathy. Because half of the people don't even know half of the stuff that went on.
Right.
But I need to, get through it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I do have to bring those things up. Sometimes I do have to say things. Sometimes I get in my feelings and get in my emotions and shut people out. Sometimes I do, but that's me working through it. And we have to go back to the root. And I feel like, maybe growing up, you didn't get to make a lot of decisions and a lot of decisions were made for you. You often tell, you wanted to go into the military, but you were told no. That's not for you. You also wanted to go to a different school, but you were told, no, go this place, that school this, that school that, because you were always listening to what other people say.
Right.
And other people's opinions and what other people, what other people want you to do. You never made decisions for yourself. So whenever you got married and then you got married to a woman who is a Taurus and is bossy and known for making decisions, it didn't bother you because it was the same thing. It was nothing it was not any different. And it's not until, now it's like, oh, making all these decisions is tiring and it's aggravating. I don't want to make all these decisions anymore. Hey, you make some decisions now. And it was, but then when I was trying to pass it to you, you weren't ready to take it because you've lived your life.
Right.
Somebody always making decisions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you wanted to do in life. Somebody made that decision for you. And it was tough for me because I'm like, I'm ready to pass this thing. Like I already got a lot on my mind and plate and all this other kind of stuff. Some of this stuff I got to let go. And then when I was giving it to you and you dropping the ball, it was like, all right, now, hey, some got to give. But when I was in therapy and we talked about it and she was saying, hey, you haven't even told me much about his upbringing, but it sounds like he never made decisions. It sounds like his decision making, skills aren't up there. And she said there's ways that you can help him with that, and it's just giving him small tasks to do. It may see things that you don't mind giving control over. What are we eating tonight? How should we get to the mall? Which car are we driving? Stuff like that. Like I give, okay, so what are you, what are you this, that, and the third? Or, just asking, what do you think about so? What do you think about, instead of saying, well, let's do this. I'm putting the ball in your court. So what do you want to do?
Right.
How do you feel about so and so? What do you want to watch? That's very rare, but still, hey. So
that's not even rare.
It is rare. I watch. I don't know, but I don't remember.
That's rare. That's not even rare. That's not even. That's just nothing.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Whatever.
Good and well.
I do be asking you, and you'll say, "Mom, that's our show, or the Golden Girls."
Yeah.
Or when we was watching, what's the Peter Griffin? What's his name? Family Guy. Was it Family Guy?
No, Simpsons.
The Simpsons. That's what it was. Or we would watch The Simpsons. Those were our shows. Like when I ask you what you wanted to watch, you would say one of those.
Yeah, but.
I didn't say I watched what you wanted to watch. I said I would ask you what to watch and you would pick one of those. I'm not watching no anime. The mouths don't match with the mood. I just can't.
Yes, it does.
The little fake tears, and I just can't get into anime. It's just weird to me.
And I can't get into
my crime shows. I love me a crime show.
Documentaries.
I love documentaries.
It's not even the fact that I can't deal with it, because I can.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you'll watch it all day and night. And I'm just like, oh my God. That's what happened the other day.
What? I watched
Yesterday.
one episode.
Exactly. And
I
was
watched
just
one
like,
episode.
I mean, it was long. It was like an hour and some change.
It was an hour.
Okay.
It was a really good episode. It was a really good show.
And I said it was really good. Now can we watch something else?
Anyway, so we done got off a topic, done went down a rabbit hole. But basically giving him small tasks in order to build up the decision making, process and stuff like that. And I understand where the fear is coming from though. I mean, I get it. Because we have made decisions in the past that just were not good decisions. And it kind of ended up in us losing things, major things, us, maybe without money or whatever the case is, or maybe without electricity or something like that. Or, we got to make food last or whatever. So there are decisions that we made that caused things to be worse than what it was. So I get it. I understand. But, let's get out of that.
Yeah.
Let's try to build that back up the right way. Let's go figure out what the root cause is, break all those walls down, and we're going to build it up right. And that's what he's doing. And in order to do that, you got to be willing to take ownership. You got to be willing to not put all the blame on you because you only did what you knew to do.
Right.
But now that doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean you continue to do those things, and not necessarily saying the way it was wrong.
Right.
But
it's just what it was.
Exactly. And it's not right for right now. Like
right.
You need to be making these decisions,
right.
And you could be stuck in that for another how many ever years, but you seeing that there's an issue, you seeing that there's a problem and how it's affecting your everyday life, and you're deciding to do something about it.
Right.
That's not easy. Some people miss that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start digging in, opening boxes and stuff like that,
right.
So we got trying to read the word and trying to do right. They're trying to go back and break these little things that we got from back in the day, how we were raised and how we were born. So we got attack on top of attack on top of attack on top of attack. And it's like, whenever that day come and, we reap the benefit of our harvest, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It ain't going to be nobody but the good Lord Jesus that got us through all of this, because the year is already starting off kind of crazy.
Right.
I'm just glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here to witness it. I'm glad I'm able to feel all the emotion, all of that, because it could have been another way.
Right.
For both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 attacks on you, in 2 months' time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I'm still grateful.
Yeah, and I'm learning. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of audibles because I don't read. I do a lot of listening. I remember that way, and I learned better that way. And he was just saying one thing about never judging the moment. And that just kind of hit me like, don't judge the moment. I mean, yeah, it looks bad, but don't judge the moment, because you never know what you're going to get from this. Mm-hmm. And so he was just elaborating on how, like, this man's son broke his leg, and it was just like, man, I know that's, I just know that's just so bad for y'all. And then he was just like, hey, good thing, bad thing, who knows? That's just how he looked at it. And then like 2 weeks later, the other kids got drafted into the military because it was wartime. But his son didn't have to go because his leg was broken. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so just stories like that, and, just giving extra stories on how, like, don't judge the moment, because this might be the thing that you needed. Now, it's easier said than done. Mm-hmm. But when you look at it like that and you never judge the moment, like, it's not as bad as you thought it was. And another thing, like, focusing on the positives. Like, it's easier said than done, because it's easy to say, man, now we back down to one car. Mm-hmm. Now we got to worry about insurance. Mm-hmm. Now we got to pay this deductible. Like, it's so easy to focus on those negatives, but when you focus on those positives, you got to think a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But once you focus on those things, you really have a lot of things to be positive about. Mm-hmm. I didn't die from this thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't get in a wreck with another car because there were cars coming both ways.
Could have swerved.
You know what I'm saying? I could have swerved. I mean, like, we still have another car. I made it home. I still have a job. Like, there's a lot to be positive about.
Right.
And, you know, so never judging the moment and focusing on the positives. And another thing, like, when it comes to those, you know, me making decisions and stuff like that, or making serious choices that's gonna like affect the whole family.
Right.
And you know, it's like, so we say we believe in God and we do all this praying, but soon as things happen, now you worry. So it's like a slap in the face.
Right.
To God, like, dude, you doing all this praying, you doing all this believing, but now when it's time to put in the work and put it on me, now you hesitant. Like, so why do you believe in me if you're not gonna trust in me? So I'm trying to look at all that and really understand that I just have to trust in myself and also trust that God is gonna be there for me and my family. So it's a lot of, you know, soul searching and self-development that I'm working on within myself. And, you know, I feel like I'm getting better, but like Ariel said, like, it's as soon as you're trying to do better, as soon as you're trying to be better and serious about it, because some people say, I just want to be better, but, you know, they just playing around.
Right.
But once you serious about things, and like, it's like things just happen, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I never hit nothing before in my life.
Nah, I done tore some stuff up. You hear me? You remember we had that Nissan a week and I tore the whole back off of it.
Pole.
I ain't see that pole, babe. I ain't see that pole. I did not see that pole. Tore that back of that car up. We ain't even had to think a week. And then we had just got new insurance too. Them people like, Lord, we just gave y'all a policy.
Lord
and
Jesus.
Hey. You remember the people almost ran me out the road on that, and I scraped up the whole side of the rims. I done hit plenty of curves. I done hit bad buggies. Yeah. But then you ain't hit nothing.
I ain't never hit nothing. I might have ran over a squirrel or two.
A possum.
Yeah, a possum here and there. I ain't never got in no wreck, no nothing. I done hit a deer. And I done hit a coyote or whatever it was. And it's just like, what in the world going on?
Right. Like,
you know
come
what I'm saying?
on,
Like,
man.
dude, like, it's crazy. Like, my partner, one of my coworkers was like, hey, man, you need to get a helicopter to work.
I'm saying, goodness
Because both times I got in the wreck, it was coming from
not me. I'm going to have to get you dropped off coming off a ladder.
Hey, speak it. You got to have money to get in helicopters.
Well, that's fine. Whatever we got to do, babe, so you don't be tearing up these cars. But it's okay. You just making room for my SUVs.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. You won't let me get a Tahoe, but...
Overpriced for no reason.
Oh.
Overpriced.
I thought you was going to say because I tear it up.
You'll tear it up.
Oh, I'd tear that road down in a Tahoe, baby.
I ain't going to lie. You remember I was selling cars?
Uh-huh.
And, like, we used to have to drive the Tahoes around.
You ain't like it?
Oh, my God.
Well, I
feel like I'm on both lanes, man. Them cars so big.
It is. I drove Quans one time, and I was like, I can't even see the road. How am I supposed to know where to go?
I was like, man, I don't like this.
And then turning into the driveway, baby.
Now that Traverse was nice. It just didn't feel so bulky. Like but that's neither.
I don't know.
But so, what's something you really want to work on in 2024?
I really want to work on consistency like we talked about, because we always do so good the first couple of days, first couple of months or whatever, and we never follow through and never finish. And so I really want to do that, especially with us starting in the gym. And you know, I'm working on getting a big butt. So I want to be consistent because I want a big butt. Like, when I say big, I don't mean like, sloppy big. I just want me a nice round booty. I do. I just want it nice and like to look like, because I don't have nothing at this point. It's like a board. So I just really want. I have
say
hips.
All that now.
I mean, I have hips, and that's what I feel like it's giving me the butt illusion. But I don't have a butt. Like, it's making it look like I got a little cake, but I don't have nothing for real. So in my head, though, I got a big booty. So I really want to take it from my head and actually to my body. And
We gonna
actually,
get
yeah,
there.
and then slim my stomach down because I had to still, tuck my little fupa in a little bit. So,
Hey
so I
man.
want to get my stomach
Well,
toned up and these little bat wings, and I feel like it's okay. I feel like it's okay to look at yourself in the mirror and find some things that you want to work on yourself.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
feel like that's self-hate. I feel like, I want to feel good about myself. I don't want
Right.
to, I'm not saying I want to go, have surgery. And if you do choose that, okay, that's perfectly fine. I give myself to 35. If I don't have this stomach flat by 35 and it stay flat for a good little bit, because I don't think I have to worry about food. I mean, eating wise, we do pretty good. Now, I do still eat a lot of bread, but I'm working on that. But I feel like by 35, if I don't have this stomach flat the way I want it flat, I'm going to go get, a little something
You ain't got
done.
to worry about that because you're going to get there.
Okay.
We being consistent. Like,
Yeah.
we really putting in work. Like, and
yeah.
like I say, I just feel the difference. And I think the difference is pace.
Yeah.
We're pacing ourselves. It's kind of like the opposite effect. Like, when people that are on drugs or addicted to drugs, when they go into rehab, they don't just quit them cold turkey.
Yeah.
Like, they wean them off. Instead of drinking 5 beers, drink 4 beers. And I think the issue with us is the reverse effect. Oh, I want to get in the gym. I want to get right. So we go to the gym every day, all day, staying there for hours. And then you burn yourself out.
Right.
And then that's when you stop going. But if you pace yourself, like our first day in the gym, we worked on the machines and we found out the weights, the workable weight that we could work with. We didn't go in there trying to lift 1,000 pounds. We went in there trying to find, like, y'all don't know this, but I used to be in the gym heavy at one point. Like, heavy, had muscles, benching some good weight.
Yes, to the muscles.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I would try to get back in the gym, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to go back and do that again. No, I can't do that no more. And I realized that. So now I know I'm going with the weight that I can work with. It's just building myself up. And I'm not going every day, every hour. I'm skipping a day, going a day. And if I have to skip another day because I'm so sore, hey, it's okay. And I'm understanding, like, we have to work at our own pace.
Right.
We can't be looking at what he or she is doing. And I think that's where we mess up at. And so I just feel like that's just the difference that we're doing. Like, we're just not overdoing it.
Right.
And so, that's why I know that you're going to get to where you want to go.
So
And
I'm going to get a big booty.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. And I'm going to gain my weight. I want to gain what I said, like 15 to 20 pounds, and I'm going to get that weight back and get that strength back.
That's probably why I don't have no big butt, though, because if I did, I wouldn't know how to act for real. I'd be around here switching so hard. I ain't gonna do that, Jesus. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna act like a wholesome woman, and I'm gonna be good with my big butt.
Hey.
I'm gonna know how to act. I do.
And I ain't gonna know how to act.
You know what? Never mind. I'm going on. Anywho, on to the next. Oh, when you was talking about the overthinking things, I was thinking that, sometimes when we overthink things, we end up missing the good stuff. We end up missing the blessing. We end up missing the sign. We end up missing, our way out of the situation.
Right.
And so I was telling you about a story that I saw on somebody's social media. I can't remember if it was Instagram, Facebook, whatever. But it was this man, and he was on I don't know what he was on, a boat or a little teeny little something in the water. Wherever he was in the water stranded. So I'm about to do a little remix because I don't remember exactly, but you'll get the gist. So yeah, he was out there stranded, and a little boat came by, and he was like, no, I'm waiting on the Lord to send me a sign. I'm waiting on the Lord to, to get me out of this. I'm waiting on him to get me out of this. So yeah, you go on by, I'm gonna wait. And then, something else came by, and he said the same thing. I'm gonna wait on the Lord to bring me out of this. He's gonna take me out of this. And then a helicopter or something else came by with a little thing. Now I know y'all go ahead. I'm gonna wait for the good Lord to bring me out, to take me out. He's gonna take this from me. And then he ended up dying and drowned. And then he get up there and he said, well, what, you left me. You said, this is what you were supposed to do. He's like, well, listen, I sent you a boat, a this, and a this, and you let them all go by.
Right.
But him so busy worried about I'm waiting. Like he sent you 3 things.
Right.
But you were so busy, overthinking and doing this, that, and the third that you missed 3 chances to be out of the situation that you were in.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes overthinking it's a gift and a curse. Like you can't. You got to find you a nice medium,
right?
Where there's a reason to think hard and to break stuff down and to, like even when we've done job changes before, okay, what are the pros and the cons? How is this going to benefit us?
Right.
Would this change hurt us immediately or would it hurt us in the long run? What is it going to do?
Right.
And I feel like now that we're doing those things and we're not making decisions like we used to back in the day, I feel like that's growth. I feel like we don't have to, overthink everything because I feel like we've learned a lot of lessons along the way.
Right.
We've learned a lot of lessons in these, because Lena's 9, so 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 years. Mm-hmm. We've learned so much. I feel like, and it's more of the latter years that we've learned so much in.
Right.
So I feel like we can be trusted to make some good decisions.
Right.
And I want you to trust yourself to make good decisions.
Right.
Because you are smart, you are intelligent, you're super, you can make these decisions. Yeah. It's just that you have to believe it. I can't believe it for you. Mm-hmm. So even if I'm telling you this and telling you that, you gotta believe it.
Right.
So you could end up missing. And then even about some situations that you're overthinking about, the Lord gave you exactly what you were asking for. Right. You asked for it, you prayed for it, you did all of this for it. He's handing it to you and you're still overthinking it. You're still letting it pass you by. And then you're gonna be like, well, Lord, I thought you had me. Well, honey, I gave it to you.
Right.
Multiple times, multiple ways, and you still let it pass you by.
Yeah.
So I just really, I'm glad that you're tapping into that and trying to figure that out. And you've really grown so much in that area as far as not letting people tell you the way that you should live your life, the things that you should do. You used to be so chilled and laid back and let people just, run, not even, I don't want to say run over you, but you just chilled and you be going with the flow. Right. No, if that's not what you want to do, if you do not agree, or if you don't like the way that person says something to you, speak up, say something. Don't let that happen. Don't let it, roll off your back. No, because then they're going to continue.
Right.
So they're going to continue to make decisions for you because you do exactly what they say when they say do it. That's not good. Because now here we are. And we're trying to get you to make these decisions that you're capable of making. You're overly capable of making.
Yeah. So it's just like, and I feel like now that I realize that, it really helped out a lot. And, like you say, I'm getting better, and I feel a lot better, like mentally, like,
yep.
Working on yourself it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding, especially when you're starting to see those results and you see and feel yourself getting better. It's like, wow. It's kind of like in the gym. Like once you start seeing that booty getting a little bigger, that's going to make you want to keep going. And so,
I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it.
We just, like you say, just trying to be better, man. Like that's our goal for the year. And I just feel like that should be a lot of people's goal, just trying to be better. Be better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just try to be a better person, be a better human being. What's that PJ song said? PJ Morton. Yeah, PJ Morton. He made a song.
Better, ain't it called Better?
No, it was in the I'm Done, My Peace song. And he was like, I'm not.
I don't know.
If I don't worry about me, I'm no good to you.
Oh, okay.
So basically, if you're not good, if you're not working on yourself and you're not your best self, you can't be your best self for other people.
And it's so crazy that you're saying all of this because I feel like that I have been doing self work for a long time because I saw flaws and I saw, toxic things, toxic traits that I had, from whomever. And I know I knew that raising 2 children and being in a marriage, if I kept, those toxic traits, and if I kept acting the way that I was acting, I would end up like everybody else that I knew, without somebody, or kids disliking you,
Right.
So I had to change, and I feel like, that change came way before your change, and it was aggravating at first because I was like, I'm working on me, and I feel like I'm gonna lose him while I'm working on me. And I've never even said this to you until literally now. Like, and I'm trying to pull you along and be like, okay, you need to work on you while I'm working on me, and we just work together. But for the longest, I felt like I've been the only one working on me, going to therapy, trying to do these, keep my mental together, whether it's, on certain medications or whatever the case is, just trying to make sure that I can be the best me. And then to hear you at the beginning, because that's one of the things that we kind of not really argue, but we discuss, because sometimes when I'm telling you about yourself, you don't receive it.
Right.
So then on the other end, it makes me feel like, well, he don't feel like he got nothing wrong with him, baby. You have flaws just like everybody else.
Right.
And, so whenever we came on and you were saying you were working on your flaws and stuff like that, I'm like, this is what I have been asking for. This is what I have, been praying for you to see that you need work too. Right. I need work. You need work. And you're not, I don't want to say you're against therapy, but you're not like out here looking for a therapist, and that's how I was able to heal a lot of the little girl, try to heal, start the healing process, because she ain't all the way there yet. That little girl is still hurting.
Right.
But, I've started the process to try to heal, whatever it is, or trying to go and I don't even want to say understand, but work through those things in order to let that now reflect a positive, or let that now reflect, something that I've learned from, so that I won't hurt my kids,
right.
Or so that I won't, hurt other people because of something that's bottled up inside of me,
right.
So to hear you say that you're working on yourself and all that kind of stuff and figuring out your flaws and trying to work through those things is really amazing, because you weren't there even a year ago.
Right.
So it's just amazing. And I definitely love it. Like and we're going to grow. And I feel like that's another reason why, we going through some of these things, because we are trying to work on ourselves.
Lord Jesus.
It is tough.
Like the old, back in my old school church going days, they'll say, if you ain't having problems and everything's just smooth sailing, the devil already got you. The devil ain't got to worry about trying to get you, because he already got you.
But honey, he ain't got us.
If you got them, if you struggling and you saying, Lord Jesus, like, what's going on? God, what's going on? Hey, the devil trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like that's true. Like, man, when you're trying to do better, that's when things are happening. And that goes back to when you don't want to do something, that's when you need to do it. I feel like when you're trying to do better and crazy things happening, you need to keep trying to get better. Because that means you are getting better.
You're doing something right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just what we're doing for this year. That's our main focus for this year, man, especially me. Just trying to be a better human, because if I'm better for my wife, I'm better for my kids. And, it's been intentional.
And better for yourself.
Yeah, better for me, and it's just like, once you starting to see that difference, man, and I'm really starting to see the difference and feel the difference, and it's just like, yeah, I just need to keep doing it. Even though this craziness going on, like, I really need to keep going, because I know it's just gonna get better, and it's gonna be so rewarding when we all look back at this, might not even be a year from now. It might be a couple months from now. Yeah. We just laugh at this stuff and we be in a better place. It's just gonna be like, it was all worth it in the end.
Yep. But it's definitely different. Excuse me. It's definitely different. We starting this year off, but I just want to be consistent and intentional, and I want to, live in the moment and just enjoy the space that I'm taking up and that, that my family is taking up, and just try to stay positive and try to, I've been digging a little bit into like, herbal things, and, making my own cough syrup, and, kind of like antibiotic type stuff, and, just kind of getting into my herbs. And because this world that we live in, we can't trust nothing. And I'm a documentary person. And then actually experiencing. No, these braces won't give me a break. Experiencing, the abdominal trauma that I had. Thinking back to it, was sometimes like thinking back that Vaughn would have. I almost had to go to the emergency room. I was in bent over, excruciating, crying pain. Like I can't walk. All I can do is bend over and hold my stomach. I'm trying to walk it out. I can't stand up straight. Like I just remember all of that pain, that I was going through. And, I didn't give up meat because I didn't like meat. I didn't give up, eggs because I didn't like a good boiled egg. I gave it up because I was in so much pain.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I just couldn't get control of it. I would just literally be laying on the bathroom floor. Can't go to the bathroom. Gotta go to the bathroom. Stomach in knots, like nauseous and hot. Feeling like I'm about to pass out. Like I had no choice. Mm-hmm. So when people come and they're, making little jabs and making little jokes about going vegan, or I don't want to taste none of that food, or but you don't understand what I went through. Mm-hmm. I'm here because I had no choice. It was either that, or, and then what makes it so much more, when you go to the doctor, they don't see crap.
Right.
They're like, no, you're fine. You're healthy. Well, what the heck am I going through? Right. Why am I going through this? Why am I bent over in pain? And you're tapping and touching and doing this all in my stomach, and you're saying there's nothing there. You're having me doing this test, take this blood, do this, then. And then you come back and be like, oh, it's just maybe some gas. Gas my behind. That's not gas. I understand gas can be uncomfortable, heart attack feeling. No, baby, it feel like my stomach was coming out of somewhere else. And it was hard pain. The pain, I just can't even describe it. It was horrible. So it was the journey that I went through because of what I was dealing with. Mm-hmm. And, and I just, it's hard. It still is hard, but I just can't stand when people be making little jabs at, what we're doing, what I'm going through. We're having to figure out things differently. Yeah. The family did jump on the bandwagon, after a time, but it was hard. It was hard. But this year we do really good with eating, so I don't feel like that will be, a problem. But going to the gym, I just want to be consistent. And I had no choice but to be consistent with the vegan stuff, because what else was I going to do? Was I going to starve?
Right. But I think that's why you're going to see results a lot faster, because you've shown consistency with the eating. Mm-hmm. So therefore, it's going to be a lot easier for you to see results, because usually we'll work out and we're probably putting in work, but then we'll turn around.
Go get a burger.
Yeah, go eat something crazy. So we've already shown that we can have consistency.
Yeah.
And it just depends on what
that was forced consistency, though.
But, I mean, sometimes.
We could have cheated, though.
Yeah.
We could have cheated, though.
Yeah,
we didn't.
Yeah. And, but, like you say, you tired of, when people throw jabs. I love it. Like, because I now realize it's just because they're curious.
No, but see, and I guess it's easy for you to say that because you didn't have to go through what I went through in order to be where I am. Like, that was traumatizing for me.
Yeah.
So when I think, and you be like, you ain't gonna never go back to eating meat, I'm so scared. I'm so scared to eat meat. Like, I was eating a salad when we went to this restaurant. Me and Vaughn went on a little date to the restaurant. I need to stop saying little. Me and Vaughn went on a date at a restaurant, and I swear there was a bacon bit in, like a piece of bacon in my salad. I tasted it. It was bacon. I haven't had bacon at this point in over a year. I knew that it was bacon. And they were saying, oh, no. It was bacon. I know what bacon tastes like.
Especially now.
Exactly. And then that taste was on my darn tongue for 3 days after that. I knew it was bacon.
That tongue,
you know, and I was terrified.
Oh.
I was like, oh my gosh. What if I have a, because I've had I call them attacks, but I've had attacks from doing stupid crap, like eating a freaking donut, knowing I'm not supposed to eat a donut. And there's a couple of things that we haven't mastered yet as far as veganism, which is why I call us vegan-ish, is like ranch and
yum
yum sauce, stuff with little egg and milk or something like that in it. So we still have some of those, but if I eat that too many times in a day, like if I eat chicken nuggets and I eat, our version of chicken nuggets, and I eat that 3 days and I have ranch with it 3 days, I'm in pain.
Right.
So, I know I'm not supposed to, it has to do with digestion and how things are being processed. So I know that it's not over. I know that if I eat a piece of chicken, I could possibly be in the same situation that I was in. Mm-hmm. And I'm not willing to do that for anybody or anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm more terrified and traumatized when it comes to meat and dairy than I am anything else.
I ain't lying, because whenever I was trying to do the vegan thing with her at the beginning, and I was good for like I'd say about 2-3 weeks, and then we went to Yall house, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get me a burger today.
And they had vegan burgers. I said, and not even veggie ones. They had good ones.
I said, I'm gonna get me a burger today. Bump that. And I ate that burger, and it was amazing. It was. But let me tell you something. That next 2 days was rough. Mm-hmm. And that let me know, like, I can't do it.
And when you and the kids had Wendy's, all y'all got sick.
Yeah, I'm so not with it no more. Like, I'm not dealing with that no more.
And that's whenever the kids decided that they didn't want to eat. Mm-hmm. They didn't want the food either. And, and a lot of people, oh, you made it. And I don't know, that you made them go. I didn't make them do a doggone thing. It was months in this house of me just eating vegan and the kids and Vaughn not. Mm-hmm. I still bought meat. I actually gave my clients, one of my good clients, I actually gave them one a family pack of meat. One had a whole bag of salmon, because it was in my freezer from whenever whenever Vaughn and the kids were eating meat. Mm-hmm. So I still cooked 2 proteins. I traded out the butter, I traded out the mayo, and that was it. That's all I traded out, because I'm not a cheese person, so I didn't really care about cheese. So I traded out the butter and the mayo, and nobody knew anything, and then I changed out hamburger meat. His mom was agreeing after he had they got sick from that burger that we would, pretty much change out. Then soon after that, I was only doing chicken thighs. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even turkey, wasn't ham. It was just chicken thighs. And then they decided once they started eating more of my food, and that's when I realized that something needed to be changed, because I was like, wait a minute, now I done made y'all food, and now y'all over here in my food. You have to pick a side, because I'm not going to continue to buy 2 separate sets of food. Mm-hmm. So that's when they were pretty much, they still even ate a little bit after that, but I was just fussing because y'all eating my food. Now pick, you gonna have to figure out which one you gonna eat. But I didn't necessarily say everybody's going vegan, I don't care what you say.
All right.
It was more of, you're enjoying my food and leaving me with nothing. And I'm like, what we gonna do? Right. So that's pretty much where it came from. I didn't make anybody do anything. And, I just try to make accommodations for my kids. I have to wake up early and cook breakfast, or Vaughn too. Breakfast, lunch, and make sure they have lunch. And then we, cause they have to take their lunch every day. There's no vegan options at the school.
Sure ain't.
So I have to let them take their lunch and their snack, so it doesn't create less work for me. It's not like it creates more work.
Right.
It makes a higher grocery list, because now we have to buy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, before we only had to buy for dinner because they ate breakfast and lunch at school. Mm-hmm. So it's not easier.
Right.
It's not like the choice was made because it would make it life easier. The choice was made because we were all suffering. But with us having that down pack, I feel like, now that we're adding in, like you said, the gym and all that, I really hope that it is an easier process this go around. And I hope that I am able to get my big butt.
You will. Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is our year, man. Like, I feel like 2022 was kind of rough for me. 2023 kind of maintaining, but still on the 2023. I said 2020.
Yeah, you said 2023 was maintaining.
Yeah, 2024 we about to get some wins.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. We about to get these wins. We about to start, being consistent, start being intentional, serious about our decisions, man. And, I'm just looking forward to just, the growth that we're about to have and our loyal family. I'm ready for us to get this, just everybody growing, everybody winning. And, that's just what we're about. Like, we really want to see people win, man. And I still believe good things happen to good people.
Right.
And I know we are good people. And I know this is our year that we're going to start winning because we're going to be consistent and we're going to be intentional about the things that we do. So, I'm just looking forward. I'm looking forward for this year, sweetie.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Number one on my list.
What you thinking?
My butt.
Is this how your butt? That's number one.
I mean, not number one, but it's high up there.
Well, you know what? That is number one because we have to be more selfish as well. We have to.
No, my saving money is number one. Yeah, I want my savings to be, honey. I want to be a lot of tens of thousands of nails.
Oh, we're gonna be right.
Yeah, that's what I want, honey. So I'm saving. I ain't bought no shoes.
Lie.
What shoes I bought? I ain't bought no shoes lately. I ain't bought none all year.
Lie.
I bought shoes this year.
Yes.
It's only January. What I bought?
Them Air Maxes. You was about to put them on just now, but you was like, no.
Oh yeah, I did off a Mac discount, ain't it? Dang. Well, I only paid half price for them.
You better end the show.
Lying. Up here lying. Well, what else? I did buy them. You can remember that, but you couldn't call them people. Look, you don't like when people talking stuff about you, ain't it?
Hey, I got you.
I forgot I got them shoes.
I'm just doing so much better.
I know, I was real happy. I was good and happy. Like, yeah, I ain't bought no shoes. Lying. Just lying up here. Well, I ain't gonna buy no more. That was January, man. I'm trying to make up for it. That was January. You sure that wasn't?
You better end this show.
You sure that wasn't December? No, see, what I think happened was I bought them last week. I did. I bought them the last week of December and we picked them up the beginning of January. Okay, I did buy them the last week of December. Let me see. I did. I'm telling you. I ain't bought none this year. Let me see. Okay, purchase history. Boom. 12/30/2023. So back to what I said. I ain't bought no shoes this year.
We're going to end the podcast off of that. Y'all have a good day.
I was right. I was right.
Yo.
Thank y'all for listening to Loyalty Over Clout podcast. Catch us on the following podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, and anywhere else you listen to your favorite podcast for free. You can also follow us on Instagram at Loyalty Over Clout podcast. Make sure to subscribe, follow, and 5-star rate.